Have you ever flashed back to a version of yourself that you thought was dead and gone? I did that last night. 20 years ago, I worked at a theme restaurant called Magic Time Machine in Dallas, or Addison, if you know where that is. And I haven't seen a lot of those people in 20 years or thereabouts. One of them was a good friend of mine who was from Sweden, and she was in town for just like a couple of hours. So we decided to meet at the restaurant we worked at. And then she said she invited a few more people that we worked with, and I was just like, oh man, this is gonna be so weird. Not only did I expect them all to look different and be different, because I mean, it's been more than a decade since I've seen them. Maybe they're completely different people, or maybe they'll see me as a completely different person. The weirdest part of it was once we got together and started talking, it was just like we didn't miss a beat. We were the same people that we were 20 years ago. We told stories about things we did back then. We talked about what we're doing now. It was just fun and natural. And it's so weird because when I get around new people, I get very awkward and I just shut up. But around these people, I was wild. I was feral. It was just weird to see that version of me come back out. And I realized it while it was happening. I was like, what's going on here? Because if I try to be friends with somebody now, it doesn't feel the same because they're adults. Like I knew these people when I was very young. And it just seems like you can't have that type of relationship or personality with somebody. So it's somebody who's like in their 40s plus. For instance, I couldn't imagine hanging out with somebody that I like met a few months ago and then watch them just totally trip and fall over their own feet and hit the ground and I just go, ha ha ha, way to go, dipshit. I don't think that I would have that kind of a relationship with an adult. At least not an adult that I didn't know in my 20s. Like, I could have said that to any one of the people that I hung out with last night. Some of these friends were gay, and I make gay jokes at them, and they're like, ha ha ha. They think that shit is funny. But if I had a gay friend that I just met, there's no way I would talk to them that way. And the same thing goes for me. Those friends could say something to me that would have been totally offensive if somebody I just knew less than a year said to me. But these people, yeah, I, I find it hysterical then. But then the next morning, this morning, I woke up and kind of had like a fun hangover. I was making breakfast and I told my wife, I'm like, my brain's trying to be really mean to me and tell me that I was being really embarrassing last night. And she was just like, well, that's bullshit. Everybody was having a great time. And I was just like, okay. It was just my mean brain telling me, you're not that guy anymore. Stop acting like that guy. But once my wife told me I was being ridiculous about this, I was pretty much able to let it go. Now I'm wondering how common this is. Have you ever like rediscovered your old self for a little while? And if so, how did that feel to you? And if so, did it feel normal or weird?